Hey guys, what's up? So it looks like GGG, they actually announced their next patch. That's going to be coming here soon. Probably, I think later this week. I've actually found an article on Game Rant here. It looks like it's got everything broke down from their live stream. Let's take a look at this. I'm excited to see what we have in here. First off, it looks like the in-game maps are being rebalanced in terms of the number of monsters and chests that spawn within them, intending to make them feel more rewarding overall. So that's going to be a nice change. There's been a lot of large maps that I felt like were pretty sparse on monsters, but then some of the smaller ones would actually feel extremely populated. If I had to guess, they kind of have an average amount that spawns per map, and that's, further affected obviously by the modifiers on the waystones. So maybe they'll balance them out based off map size, playable area just in general. I guess we'll see. Next one, since Lost Tower is important for the in-game, this patch will add 4 more types of Lost Tower maps in order to make them more diverse from run to run and make the experience feel better. Okay. New maps include Alpine Ridge. Pretty sure that's already in there. Isn't that like snowy mountaintops that you run alongside? I think I've seen it maybe once or twice. It's not one I've seen often. Maybe they're just changing it to Lost Tower version. Sinking Spire, Bluff, and Mesa. I don't recognize any of those three. Actually, maybe Sinking Spire. The changes also made to the existing Lost Tower map less boring to play. Okay, so that's good. Hopefully that'll lead things to be a little less monotonous. I know constantly everything we're doing it's like we're doing the same thing over and over. It is nice to add a little bit more variety in the mix here. The Atlas will have more maps featuring unique Path of Exile 2 bosses. The original intent was for 1 and 4 maps to have a boss. Yeah, it's definitely not at that point right now. But the rate was lower before this patch due to some maps being unable to spawn boss encounters. Interesting. Okay. Good to know. I'm sure that'll make a lot of people happy. I know there's a lot of players who actually really enjoyed all the various bosses and stuff throughout the act as they played through normal and cruel mode. I agree. I enjoyed them as well. So this will be kind of cool to kind of vary it a little bit more. Again, just like the previous change to the Lost Towers. A new type of tablet is being introduced called Overseer Precursor Tablet. It allows players to spawn bosses and maps in range of their Lost Tower. Okay, so that kind of plays along with the last 2 points. Strong boxes are also being tweaked to be more rewarding and have a faster spawn rate for their respective monsters. Thank God. There's been so many times where I hit a strong box and I'm standing there waiting what feels like 10 seconds just to get anything to show up, while also reducing the effect of the fog that appears upon opening a strong box. Okay. The patch will come with improved visibility of some effects on the screen and reduced level of clutter in maps so that attacks and detrimental effects are easier to see and dodge. So that's going to be nice. There's been so many times where you kill something, it splooges all over the floor or shoots a bunch of electricity all over the place, but really it's not going to harm you. But how the hell do you know unless you've just, killed them a million times and you can kind of identify when something's dangerous or not. So anytime you step in something, it's actually going to damage you, so you don't mistake it for something that's not. The Atlas load times have improved, and players can zoom further out on the Atlas map. Nice. See all the available nodes, with each node also stating which biome the associated map will have. It's also nice. Citadels will be easier to spot on Path of Exile 2's Atlas. Thank God. Even if they're covered in the fog of war. I'll tell you what. I have... Let me pull this up. So I have tried so hard to locate Citadels. I have not had any luck whatsoever. I've explored so much of this map. Come on, load. And no matter what, all these bullshit rumors about the way that the bodies are facing in places. I think there's another one about corruption spreading. All those complete BS. Nothing's working. I haven't found a single Citadel in this, and I know I'm not alone. I've seen a lot of other players talk about this, complain about this. you know, we're being kept out of some of like the hardest fights in the game just because this shit won't spawn. So this is going to be a massive change for me, assuming it changes enough to where I will finally be able to locate these things. So that's really exciting. Awesome. Okay, so moving on. As for League mechanics, Delirium content has been improved to make monsters spawn more often. Ritual now grants 60% more often omens in its reward page, and expedition vendors have improved rarity of the items they sell. Okay, this will be nice. I have not actually found a single item from the expedition vendor that was actually worth buying so far. The Arbiter of Ash can now be challenged up to 6 times. Yeah, must be nice. Until defeated on each try, instead of having a single portal for the encounter. Jamanra, again, never been able to fight this. The Abomination's Pinnacle boss is being tweaked to be easier than it currently is and on par with the other bosses as it defeats players more often. POE 2's unique items are being given another pass to make the weaker ones feel more impactful as they drop rather than being straight up worse than any rares. You know, there's so many, like, they have a reputation for being complete trash, absolutely useless, and I've actually found from reviewing some of these that most of them have their place. Like, even compared to some of the rares, they're worth using. Just the catch is most of them aren't very good unless they're used on newer characters as being built up. Some of them are a lot of fun. Personally, I really like the amulet that makes you dodge roll even further. That's a lot of fun to use. And it's actually useful, especially for newer players, to get out of like big damaging AoEs and just stuff on the screen overall. So this will be nice. I really enjoy unique items. I love the idea. They are poorly implemented. There's only a handful that I've personally seen that are excellent at the end game, but I do personally feel like some of them are underrated. I will be reviewing more of these soon. I've been collecting them, and you know, I'm trying to review the ones that I have. I've got a fair amount more all ready to go. I have a lot of fun doing them. So look forward to those coming soon. Alright, next up we have socketable items are able to be overwritten. That is a nice change right there. Addressing Path of Exile 2's issues with runes. You know, I just replaced my my crossbow. I bought a whole new crossbow. That thing was like, God, I paid like 30 divine for it, I think. Because I wasn't able to change out the sockets. It cost me a pretty penny in order to replace my current one. So now I have 2, but it looks like I'll be able to change it up, and I'll either find a use for 2 or I'll sell one of them. I'm not entirely sure yet. Players will now be able to replace existing runes and other socketable items like cores. Nice. Alright, some powerful or otherwise annoying enemy attacks that were imbalanced are being brought in line with the rest of the game. Notably, the Plague Bearers can no longer use Detonate Dead from off the screen. Yeah, that's kind of bullshit when there's nothing around you and you suddenly just get blown up. Loot filters being enabled on console, GG console, by using the same system as Path of Exile 1, which allows players to subscribe to a given filter for it to appear in their game. That's good news for console players out there. Path of Exile 2 also buffing armor to make it more relevant. While this will be a small change, we're trying to find a way to buff armor more effectively in the future. So that's work in progress, basically. I guess that's going to be baby steps, and this is just one step forward. Okay, just the tip of the iceberg. Going to be other stuff, but minor in comparison. Anything else high priority as far as fixes feedback goes? Address the future. Likely going to be other similar size patches this year, maybe even bigger ones. All right, so overall, I really like this update. This is definitely worth looking forward to. I'm going to be running a lot more maps, especially with some of these changes regarding the Atlas map, the Citadels, and as well as some of these unique items. I might I might actually see if there's, I don't know, I might try to scoop up some more unique items for cheap just in case they get large enough changes to where they might jump up in value. Kind of build up my collection a little bit more than what it is right now, so I can be prepared to review them and check them out in the future. I'll go through that later today, and I'll get started on that. What's y'all's favorite part of this update? Let me know in the comments. I'll check them out in a bit. As for me, looks like I'm out for now.